You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my...
In the ever-evolving saga of Elon Musk, a man who's never shied away from controversy or a good fight, a new chapter was unfolding in the sunny yet politically charged landscape of Brazil. Musk, the tech billionaire with his hands in everything from electric cars to rockets, was now embroiled in a battle that could potentially reshape his empire. This wasn't just any skirmish, it was a high-stakes conflict between Starlink, Musk's ambitious satellite internet venture, and the Brazilian government, a government not known for backing down easily. The drama began when the Brazilian government, flexing its political muscle, decided to freeze Starlink's bank accounts. It was a move that caught many by surprise, a bold gesture that sent shockwaves through the tech world. For Musk, a man used to winning battles with regulators, competitors, and even entire industries, this felt like a direct challenge to his authority. And if there's one thing Elon Musk doesn't do well, it's back down from a challenge. Musk's response was swift and characteristically aggressive. In what seemed like a move straight out of a tech thriller, Musk threatened reciprocal actions against Brazilian government assets abroad. The message was clear: if they were going to mess with his company, they should be ready for a fight. This wasn't just bluster. Musk's influence and reach are global. With a few tweets or strategic moves, he could make life very uncomfortable for those who dared to cross him. But Brazil wasn't about to be intimidated. The government, already under pressure from various internal and external forces, was in no mood to play nice with a foreign billionaire. They struck back where it would hurt Musk the most, in the digital realm. In a move that shocked the tech community, Brazil cut off access to X, formerly known as Twitter, across the country. For a nation as deeply connected as Brazil, cutting off a major social media platform was a drastic measure, but it was also a statement of intent. This wasn't just a business dispute anymore, it had become a full-blown diplomatic crisis with potential global implications. The tension between Musk and the Brazilian government was palpable, and it seemed like neither side was willing to blink first. For Musk, this was more than just about money. It was about the principles he'd built his career on: free speech, technological progress, and the idea that no government should be able to dictate the terms to innovators like him. However, the Brazilian government had its own set of principles. They were determined to assert their authority, especially in a political climate where control over information and technology had become a matter of national security. The backdrop to this conflict was Brazil's ongoing political turmoil, where former President Jair Bolsonaro remained a polarizing figure. The government's demands that Starlink remove content supporting Bolsonaro only added fuel to the fire, turning what could have been a simple regulatory dispute into a battle over the very soul of the nation. As the conflict escalated, it became clear that this wasn't just about Starlink or even Elon Musk. This was about two fundamentally different worldviews clashing in a very public and very dramatic way. On one side, you had Musk, the ultimate disruptor, who believed that technology should be free from government interference. On the other side was Brazil, a country that, like many others, was grappling with the implications of rapid technological change and the influence of powerful tech companies on its political landscape. The stakes couldn't have been higher. For Musk, Brazil was a crucial market. With over 250,000 users relying on Starlink for internet access, a prolonged dispute could have serious implications for his business. But for the Brazilian government, the issue was even more significant. This was about maintaining control in a rapidly changing world, where traditional forms of governance were increasingly being challenged by global tech giants. As the days turned into weeks, the situation grew more and more volatile. Media outlets around the world were covering the story with breathless intensity, each new development adding another layer of drama to the unfolding saga. Analysts speculated on what Musk's next move would be. Would he escalate the situation further by taking direct action against Brazilian assets abroad? Or would he find a way to negotiate a truce, perhaps by agreeing to some of the government's demands? Meanwhile, in Brazil, the government was facing its own set of challenges. The decision to cut off access to X was not without its critics. Some saw it as an overreach, a dangerous precedent that could backfire by alienating tech companies and stifling innovation. Others, however, believed it was a necessary step to protect the country's sovereignty and prevent foreign interference in its internal affairs. Behind the scenes, negotiations were undoubtedly taking place, with diplomats and lawyers working around the clock to find a resolution. But as the public face of this conflict, both Musk and the Brazilian government seemed more interested in posturing than in making concessions. For Musk, this was a chance to prove once again that he was not someone who could be pushed around. For the Brazilian government, it was an opportunity to show that they could stand up to even the most powerful corporations in the world. The world watched with bated breath, knowing that the outcome of this conflict could have far-reaching implications. If Musk succeeded in bending the Brazilian government to his will, it would send a message to other countries that tech companies could operate above the law. But if Brazil managed to bring Musk to heel, it would be a victory for governments everywhere, a sign that even the most powerful tech giants were not beyond the reach of state power. In the end, this was a story about power, who has it, who wants it, and what they're willing to do to keep it. Whether it was Musk, the maverick billionaire, or the Brazilian government, both sides were fighting for control in a world where the rules were still being written. And as the conflict raged on, one thing became clear: this was only the beginning of a much larger battle over the future of technology, governance, and the delicate balance of power between them.